Are we on? Are we on? Welcome to Basketball Heads Live. I am your host, Glenn Pooh Harding. And oh boy, we have a very special guest. This basketball head is a St. Raymond's High School legend and second in all-time points in school history. This basketball head came up playing with the likes of Lamont Jones, Kemba Walker, Russ Smith, Dorvell Carter, and Malcolm Pope, just to name a few. After his amazing high school career, he was recruited by Pittsburgh, South Carolina, South Florida, St. John's, Illinois, Memphis, and Rhode Island. But this basketball head took his talents to West Virginia University to play for Hall of Fame head coach Bob Huggins. This basketball head transition from high school to college was evident and very easy because he appeared in all 35 games, which led him to have such an amazing career at West Virginia. In 2010, they won the Big East championship and made a run to the Final Four. When it was all said and done, his career ended at West Virginia with him scoring 1,590 points, 388 assists, 318 rebounds, and 117 steals. Afterwards, he headed overseas to become an international superstar. The overseas basketball grind has taken him all over the world to Austria, Czech Republic, Italy, Greece, Hungary, Finland, Qatar, Bulgaria, Georgia, Uruguay, and the Dominican Republic. All of these opportunities have been a blessing for him because he got a chance to get paid at what he loves. So, without further ado, help me welcome to the show, St. Raymond's High School and West Virginia University legend and international superstar, Darryl Truck Bryant.
Y'all ready? Yes. You have just stepped out into the world of chaos. Where everybody goes hard. Come on. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Or go home. Never back down. You gotta hold your own. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. Go hard. East Coast. Go hard. West Coast. Go hard. Midwest. Go hard. Dirty. Hurry up, everybody. Get online, buy your tickets, cause the game about to start.
What's happening?
What's up, my man? What's up, man? I'm chilling.
Good, brother.
Big chilling.
Yes. This is a super Easter Sunday special with my guy, Darryl Truck Bryant. We just gonna call him Truck from now on because he earned that right. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, happy Easter to everybody, by the way. Happy Easter.
No doubt. If you're on Instagram, y'all know what y'all got to do. Y'all got to come to YouTube or go to Facebook, or if you're on Twitch, go to Twitch. It's all good. All right? As long as you come on the show and enjoy it. Man, how was your weekend been so far, King?
It's been good, man. I transitioned from basketball, so I have like 3 cleaning companies that I own. I own one in New York, one in West Virginia, and one in Miami. So I'm out here in Miami area right now and just building on the business right now.
Man, listen, the thing you just mentioned is so important. This is one of the reasons why I like doing the show, is to show the young guys that there is life after basketball. And look, I spoke to them all, man, and everybody didn't have such an easy transition. You know, starting it off, you had an easy transition from middle school to high school to college, you know what I'm saying? And into the pros, there probably was some bumps, and then you got to go on the pros, and they made the hardest transition is life after basketball?
You 100% right. I still know guys still to today, like retired, don't know what they want to do. I mean, for me, it wasn't. I'm blessed. I'm blessed, but it wasn't hard for me. I knew what I wanted to do, and I just did it. That was it.
That's real, man. And like I said, man, we proud of you, man. Right off the back, man, I want to give a shout out to my guy E. Weaver's in the building. Eric Weaver's always on the check-in. What up, JF baby? JF Abbey. Sorry about that. Always on the check-in. Like I always ask all my guests when they come on the show, who introduced you to the game?
My mother, honestly. At first, it was just me and my mother, and then my little brother, his father, he became my real father. He'd been there since I was 11 years old, 12 years old, and honestly, just helped me out with a lot. Both of them, my mother, and my pops. I mean, I had my cousins obviously along the way. It's just growing up in the hood is different. You know what I mean. So for me, I'm from Bed-Stuy. So I grew up. My cousin is in the streets. I'm not in the streets. Some of my cousins play drums. Me, I just play basketball. My family, they just helped me out. But realistically, my mother, my grandmother, and my pops, like that's who helped me out. That's where I started.
Salute to moms and pops, man. I'm gonna get to your moms in a few, man. Wonderful lady. Met her some years back when she had your brother Manzi. So definitely salute to her. I want to touch on something that you touch on, right? Because I think a lot of young guys have a problem with this, right? When the hood love you, and then you got family members that's in the streets, a lot of ball players feel obligated to hold down that side of the street instead of following with their goals and their dreams, right? And then a lot of them get so caught up in the street where, if they don't make it, now the dudes who in the streets, so they're like, all right, you hold his drugs now, you hold his gun, right? Because you have to get into a full town now. What would you say to those young kids who kind of like caught up in that situation where they stuck, they don't know which side to choose?
Honestly, we need more people like me and you, help the young kids, guide them in the right direction. Like me, I'm not playing basketball no more. I retired. I've retired because I wanted to retire, not because I couldn't play no more. And I own 3 businesses now, actually 4 businesses now. And my whole thing is with the streets is that, when you're younger and your mother say the streets either going to get you in jail or you're going to be dead. It's the truth. It's a lot of truth behind that. Now, has it got some guys that made it? Yes. Not very much. Not very many. So my whole thing for the younger guys is like I'm chilling. Right.
And the streets to get none of that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. This is just it's nothing wrong with school. It's nothing wrong with a 9 to 5. It's nothing wrong with nothing like that. You know what I mean? It's just guidance. The older generation speaking to the young kids more, and some gonna listen, some not. That at least we got the word out. I think that's most important.
That's real, man. That's real. Put up what my guy E said, man. This is dope. This is dope. He's student athlete, student of the game. That's dope.
That's my guy right there, E. That's my guy.
Yeah.
That's my guy.
For sure. Listen, we was having that that conversation today, because a lot of kids, especially from New York, get caught up in the street aspect of it. I always tell the story of the original 50 Cent, kind of like give me props for playing ball. You get what I'm saying? So that right there was like, man, you doing the right thing. Just keep doing what you're doing, because the streets ain't no coming back from that. Some do, like you said, very, very small percentage come back from that unscathed.
Very, very small.
Facts.
Very small. My cousin was the guy in Brooklyn. Like he was the drug guy. Like he was the guy.
Facts.
That don't mean I want to do that. I want to, Everybody's different. Everybody, you always have your own choices in life. It's just the choices you choose to make.
That's real, man. So, I'm doing my research on you, man, because my guy's Googleable, like Nori said. You know what I'm saying? Like on the
Yeah,
real. So I'm doing my research, and I'm like, yeah, I know you from Brooklyn, right?
yeah.
But you ended up in middle school at Our Lady of Mount Carmel in Harlem. How did that happen?
Honestly, man, Coach Cab. Shout out to Coach Cab. I love Coach Cab, man. I was my coach at Mount Carmel, and it was just because at first I started playing with Riverside. It was me, Momo Jones, and Dorvell Carter. Caffelli Cardi, Snoop, my man Snoop, Malcolm Pope, Josh Watkins. Like we all went to middle school together in Harlem. I went to middle school in Harlem. I'm from on the train every day, Brooklyn to Harlem every day. And I'm not gonna lie, I love being around those guys. Those great dudes. We all worked hard and practiced. We all challenged each other. And to be honest with you, it was a private school. We all did good in school too.
Yeah, they God's giving you props, man. He's definitely saying, you know what I'm saying? He was a student athlete, right? And a
Yeah.
student of the game, right? Some dudes is just, student of the game or great athlete. When people know that you're a great student and you did what you need to do, your name still ring bells around St. Ray's, man, for all the things you accomplished on and off the court, man. So that's dope.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. Shout out to St. Ray's too. I don't get back much because I don't be in New York that much anymore. But I'll go there to see my mother, my little brother and stuff. But I don't get back there much. But shout out to St. Ray's. I had a great time, hell of a time at St. Ray's. Shout out to Oliver Antigua and Coach Lopez. Those are some great dudes. I had my corner. Some great dudes that helped me out in real life. That was the first set of dudes. Besides Tommy from Gauchos. Tommy from Gauchos used to kill me. But other than that, I mean, those are some real guys, like stand-up dudes that helped me out in real life.
Now, you mentioned Dorvell, Malcolm Pope, right?
Yeah.
They said you also played with Russ Smith and Lamont Jones.
Yes, I did. We all went to the same middle school.
Yo. Hold on, fam. Hold on. This is what happened. You get your first check of the night, man, and these all positive texts. Yo, that's crazy to grow up at that age with that amount of talent. Like that rarely happens. That happens, you're in high school or the AAU club, but not in middle school, fam.
You want to know what's so crazy? Because shout out to Russ Smith. I love Russ Smith. Russ Smith didn't pass the ball in middle school either. He never passed the ball.
He knew what he was a bucket early on.
He knew it, but he never passed, ever.
Right.
Ever. He never passed. I'm like, damn, Russ. He's like, nah, I got to shoot.
Wow. Salute to Russ Smith, man. That's dope.
Shout out to Russ Smith.
Yeah, man. Damn, so much talent, man. Tell me. So, when you was coming up, who was like the best player that everybody wanted to be like that? Like the older guy, maybe he was in the neighborhood or somebody that was playing high school ball at the time. Who was the guy?
So it was weird because I lived in Brooklyn my whole life, but I went to high school in the Bronx at St. Ray's. But obviously I lived in Brooklyn. So in Brooklyn, it was Stephon Marbury, Sebastian Telfair. It was Stephon Marbury, Sebastian Telfair. But in the Bronx at the Gauchos, it was Ross Strickland. He the one with the Bentley outside. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's the one with the Bentley. That's who we want to be like.
Salute to my guy Rod, doing a great job, man, down at LIU, and going to have an even better year this year with all the recruits he's bringing us. So salute to Rod, Strickland, Charles Jones, and the whole crew down at LIU. And Mo Hicks is there as well.
Oh, shit. I didn't know Mo Hicks was there. That's fire. That's tough.
Yeah. They keep him in New York. That's dope.
That's a good staff. That's a great staff right there.
Yeah. So when you was moving from, we talking about those different transitions, right? Because I think that's important for kids to hear, because in every situation you kind of have to start over, right? In every situation, some people have to start from the bottom. Some people it's easier to transition, to jump right in and get to doing what they need to do. How was your transition from middle school to high school after playing with so much talent?
To be honest with you, it was kind of hard. I was a 5-man in middle school. I became the point guard at St. Raymond's. So it was a tough transition. That was just
Wow.
hard work and dedication because that was a tough transition. I played the 5-man at Mount Carmel. I did. And then at high school I played point guard.
Wow. That's crazy. So you went from playing center to point guard. How did you develop your handle? What you did it during the summertime? What did you do the transition at such a fast pace? Because come on, bro, you have to do a fast transition. It wasn't, something that normal guys do. For somebody to play center then move to point guard, it's crazy.
Honestly, it was hours and hours and hours in the gym. I was locked in. I thought about it. I'm like, damn, I'm waking up at 6:30 a.m. I could have went to Lincoln High School. I could have went to Bishop Loughlin. I could have went anywhere in New York. I decided to go to St. Raymond's because I wanted to be different from everybody. I didn't want to do what everybody else was doing. But with that, it came a lot of discipline. Waking up at 6:30 a.m. Well, not even 6 o'clock to get on the train by 6:30 to make it to St. Raymond's on time from Brooklyn to the Bronx. And on top of that, the transition was crazy because like I just countless hours in the gym. And then I had a trainer. He's the assistant coach for Charlotte Hornets now, Jay Hernandez.
Mm-hmm.
So I was working out with him all the time. And this how dedicated I was. I had practice from 5 to 6:30 with St. Raymond's. And then I went to Long Island right after practice to work out with Jay Hernandez for an hour, at least twice a week. That's
crazy.
after a full practice. And that's why when people tell me they dedicated, you would know if somebody's dedicated. You'll see them always in the gym. I don't see much of that. I see a lot of social media. I don't see them in the gym that much though.
Hey, listen, tell it. I say this to the youngsters all the time, especially when you walk that walk and you can see it. It's evident in their game, right? That they're not really putting in the work. You'll see the flashes and the highlights, but then when you go watch them play, it's not. You see too many flaws. Like, damn, how come you didn't work on that? How many hours are you really putting in the gym? Because sooner or later, no matter how good you are in high school, you will get exposed.
It's gonna show. It's gonna show. And I gave basketball what I had. So when I retired, I mean, obviously it's a lot more I could have did that was better once I was a professional. But I gave basketball everything I had, and that's why I didn't feel bad, not bad one bit about retiring. I was happy with it.
That's real. You left on your own terms.
Yes, sir.
Not too many people can say that. Did you come in and play, the usual Catholic school, freshman, JV, and then varsity? Like, what was your process like?
I played freshman. That was it. So my class was crazy. It was me, Irv Walker, Ryan Pearson, Kemba Walker, Sylvan Landesberg. So the class was insane, but we all played freshman our first year, and then all of us went to varsity our second year.
Wow. That's a big jump. What would you say was like your breakout year? Like the moment you knew was like, yeah, I'm going to a big time D1 after this.
I want to say, so I was a sophomore, and I started as a sophomore. And then I had knee surgery when I was a junior. I was the #1 sophomore in New York.
Wow.
Before my knee surgery. I had knee surgery, and then I think I dropped to like 5 or 6 maybe. But you got to understand, it was 2 McDonald's All-Americans in front of me also. You know what I mean? So it wasn't like this was a real class. But I would say my senior year, because I just was grooving. I done had a ton of offers already from all big time schools, and at this point, I was in my bag. I was doing what I want, scoring how I want, dunking when I want. So I would say my senior year, that was just a year that I was like, damn, I feel good again, like from that surgery that I had my junior year. And I felt good, had a great year. I think I averaged like 22 in New York, CHSAA. So that's tough to do in that league because it was the toughest league in the country at the time.
Yeah, man. Wow. Let's go back to that sophomore year, man, because we want to talk about that 17-point performance you had against Severian your sophomore year. Was that before? That was before the knee surgery?
That was before the knee surgery. That was before it. But you know, a Brooklyn team. I'm from Brooklyn. I got to show out every time.
y'all beat them by 10, right? 68-58. So you definitely was doing your thing. And I think maybe that at that moment, you know, people was like, damn, okay, he's definitely the real deal. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Especially being ranked the fifth best sophomore, the number one sophomore at the time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I was ready.
Definitely ready. Like when we talk about your junior and senior year, let's talk about your senior year, right? Because probably took after your junior year to figure yourself out from the surgery, right? Bouncing back, and then your senior year things became easy for you. How did your team do, and what was the result at the end of the year as far as the playoffs, and how far did you guys make it?
Honestly, I think that's the year we made it to the city championship. I was still young, but we had Gerald Coles. He was a stone cold killer. He went to Drexel, and Gerald was one of the top guys in the city too. So it worked out for me. I mean, he was my band-aid when I was hurt. Like he held everything down. He held everything down. So Gerald was going crazy the whole time. I gave them what I had. I just was trying to get back healthy, and I mean, we still had a great year. I think that's the year we made it to the city championship and lost to Christ the King.
Wow. I think we kind of went out for a minute. We came back in. I don't know what the hell happened with my connection, but Christ the King, man. Christ the King has been tough for so many years. It's crazy. And the fact that you guys was battling with them back then. Do you remember who they had?
Malik Booth, Andrew Gabriel, Ryan Pearson, Irvin Walker. Irvin Walker was nasty. He was nasty. He was always a tough cover. That's one of my closest friends, but he was always a tough cover. I mean, the guy's 5'8" and started at Florida, University of Florida. So I mean, they had a good team. They had a really good team actually.
What up, definitely another friend of the show came on, definitely, and did his thing on all levels, for sure.
Yeah,
for sure. So knowing, you know, you play for the Gauchos, right? You're a Gaucho kid, played with Kemba Walker. What can you tell me about Jordan Theodore?
Oh my God, that kid, probably the fastest player I ever played in, from north to south, probably the fastest guy I ever played with. And honestly, still to today, that is one of my closest friends in the world. That's my brother. I think highly of him as an individual. I think highly of him as a father. I think highly of him as a friend. So that is one of my best friends in the world. And on the court, we had a great time together just because we know, Truck is going here or Jordan is going there. I passed to him. And I mean, we've been locked in. We locked in for life. Jordan Theodore was a great basketball player and a great person also.
No doubt. Salute to Jordan.
Out to Jordan.
So you could tell I do my research, right? You can't get that from no article.
Sure, that's my brother still to today. I just spoke to him earlier.
No doubt. Where did that determination come from for, you not only being a scoring threat, but a shutdown defender? Like, where did that come from? Because, listen, a lot of you guys can score, but most of you guys can't play defense. I'm going to keep it a buck.
That's a fact, though. That's a fact. Honestly, that came from Coach Huggins. All that came from Coach Huggins because this was my whole thing. Like, everybody's a superstar in high school. But once you get to that top 5 power conference, you got to do something. And Hugs' thing was defense. Okay, you go score. He'd be happy a little bit. But if you play defense, he really going to be happy. And I wanted to play, so I had to play defense. I wanted to play. I can't be sitting on no bench. I done came this
Right.
far. I was like, no, I got to play defense. That's what you want.
Nah, definitely. His reputation was that of, even though he had high power scoring offenses, definitely they turned it up on defense. So you had to play
Sure.
defense with Coach Huggins.
For sure.
Definitely know that reputation far well precedes him. Let's go back to high school, right? And I know you done bust a lot of ass in your day, man. What was that? When was that game in high school when you felt like, man, I'm one of the top guys in the city because I just gave it to who?
Honestly, when I was a sophomore, I played against, and you got to understand, these guys is 2 years older than me. So I'm like, damn, I'm doing something. Like, they beat us at home, but playing against Rice, I played against my big brother, Kashif Pratt, my big brother, Kurt Kelly, my big brother, Edgar Sosa. So that that felt crazy just to, you know what I mean? Just to play against those guys.
Wow.
Play against, and I did good. I had 50, I remember I had like 15. I was a sophomore. They were seniors, and they was the top in their class. So that made me feel good.
To be able to hang with those dudes who was like the elite players in New York at that time.
Yeah, like they got like 12, 15 points. How I get 15? You know what I mean? Sophomore, I was outside.
Nah, that's real, man. Edgar Sosa. If anybody can get in contact with Edgar Sosa, tell him we looking for him. Edgar Sosa, my guy.
It's so tough, man. It's so tough, man. I love that guy, man. I love Edgar Sosa. That's like my big brother, but he's just so tough to get in contact with. I had to like beg him for a podcast. I'm like, God damn, Sosa.
No doubt. I understand. Trust me. Some dudes are so low key. You know, in my time, you know, like you said, I had Mouse McFadden on, you know what I'm saying, for Cleveland State. Superstar, man. He didn't want to put Cleveland State on the map. And, you know, he don't even do interviews. So to get it, you know, it's all about the relationship, right? Everything is about relationship. And if somebody don't respect what you do or know you, it doesn't happen, man. So, you know, when I first created this podcast, it was because I saw Lamont Odom on Drink Champs, and I just felt like us players in New York needed a safe space to come to so we could feel comfortable and talk about our game and not, you know, be exposed on some nonsense. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I agree. You got a good thing going on. I agree.
Appreciate that. So when the college letters started to come in from all over the country, right? And you St. John's, Rhode Island, you name it, Illinois, all these schools coming in, what made you decide on West Virginia?
Honestly, it was an easy choice for me. I had offers from a bunch of schools, and I didn't go on. West Virginia was my first visit and last visit.
Wow.
As soon as I went there, I committed. I didn't even go to my mother was mad. She was like, "You're not gonna go on the rest of the visits? This, that, and the other." I was like, "Nah, I'm good." It was an easy decision for me though, because my mother, she go to every game, so it's a 6-hour drive from New York. I knew she could get there, get back home if she needed to. So that was an easy decision. Then I have a Hall of Fame coach, and then my guy, Coach Harrison. He was basically the star of my recruitment there. So I mean, that was an easy decision for me.
Man, not too many people come on here. I had a few, but not too many people come on here and say, you know, after that first visit, they said later for the rest, when you have other big schools to go check out as well. You know what I'm saying? So and it worked out. And it worked out.
And I forgot to mention this. It was definitely an easy choice for me also, because Jordan Theodore was already going to the Big East, and Kemba Walker was going to the Big East. I'm like, these are my brothers, but I want to play against my brothers. I don't want to be in a different conference.
Facts. My guy Tom Rivero said, did you have a battle against Corey Fisher?
Oh, for sure. For like 2 years. 2 years. I love C Fish. Actually, his birthday was yesterday. Shout out to C Fish. Happy birthday.
Salute.
Again.
Happy birthday, brother.
Yeah, for sure. We had some battles.
And listen, young guys, you see how my guy, he ran to the smoke. He didn't run away from it, and he didn't join the fellas. He wanted to play against the fellas. Get it?
That's a
That's how you
fact.
become great.
You know we ain't ducking no smoke. Ever.
But
Ever.
that's how you get better. Still sharp and still.
Yeah.
You know, man. So when you got there, another transition, right? How was your transition off and off the court when you got to West Virginia?
It was tough because it was tough because everything is new to
Right.
college kid. Study hall. You ain't have to do no study hall and all the rest of it. Study hall, weights, get to class on time. Don't even know where you parking at yet. You drive it. You know what I mean? So it was a lot, but I mean,
2 and 3 a days.
Yeah. It's different. And at West Virginia, we're not like every other college. We practice 3 hours a day.
Mm.
And this is every day. This is not like this every day.
Man. How was your relationship with Coach Huggins?
I love him. Great, hell of a guy. I love him. That's my guy. Hell of a guy. He teach you. So when he teaching you basketball, I think this is the best part about him. When he teaching you basketball, he teaching you real life while he teaching you basketball. Like, no, if you get elbowed in your I don't know, let's just say your hip, get your ass up. Get up. Basically, that's teaching you real life stuff. That's what made me mentally tough also. Get up and keep going. That's it. Something bad happened, you get up. You keep going in real life.
And you get elbowed in the face. How come you don't turn around and punch the dude in the face, Truck?
Well, Hugs will let you. That's the difference. Hugs didn't care. He'll let you.
We not condoning violence, but what make you not do that? You know what I'm saying? Because some players that's their reaction to go punch a guy in the face. And I'm not talking about a deliberate elbow. I'm talking about something that happens in the game and you just get caught with one.
You just let that. I mean, that at that point you react. You hurt your team. You react. You hurt your team. You just got to deal with that as it come. I mean, if I got elbowed a couple of times. I mean, it's just a part of the game. It's not like, okay, I'm soft. It's not. It's a part of the game. You know what I mean? So this is what I always learn too, though. You don't do nothing to hurt your team, especially if y'all about to win the game. Sometimes you don't get a tech. It's pointless when you're about to win the game. And I'm a winner. I'd like to win in real life. I like to win in basketball. I like to win in doing everything. So that's it. I don't really get into stuff like that.
No, that's real and a great message for our youngsters out there. For sure. Now, you come in your freshman year, which is pretty decent. Is it just sophomore year that you guys went to the Final Four?
Yeah, you want to hear what's crazy? So let me tell you a crazy story, right? So I come in my freshman year. I wasn't starting at first. It was a guy named Joe Mazzulla. That's the head coach of the Boston Celtics right now.
Word! No, you think about it. Facts. That is a big fact right there. Wow.
Yeah. Shout out to Joe. Great dude, man. That's my brother. Great dude. But I end up starting. He got hurt. I end up starting. I never not started again my whole career. I never not.
And that was your freshman year? I mean, your freshman year, like your middle or end your freshman year?
Yeah, that was my freshman year. I started all 4 years.
Wow. That's crazy. Says Truck going to get them back during the course of the game, and it's going to be a basketball move. He said, how was the battle against peak skill great Mookie Jones during his playing time at Cuse?
Honestly, Mookie was really, really, really good at high school. Really good at high school. He actually, I played against, so Kevin Jones is also one of my best friends. Dre, what up, Dre? Kevin Jones is one of my best friends. Him and Mookie played together with the Westchester Hawks AAU, so we used to always play them. And Kev Jones is still my best friend to today. Him and Jordan Theodore.
That's dope. That's dope. That's dope. So, you know, when we see the Final Four, like all of us watched the Final Four this year, right? And we see like 3 teams that was in the Final Four that was never in the Final Four before, right? And you've been there, right? How difficult, first of all, what was the moment like and how difficult it is to get back there?
Shit, honestly, I can't even explain it. It was crazy. It was a surreal moment. It was 70,000 people in Indiana in the gym when we was in the Final Four.
70 G's. Oh, that's crazy.
70,000. And it was crazy because that was our first time West Virginia University getting to the Final Four, I think, since like 1959.
What stadium was that in?
Lucas Oil, where the Colts play.
Right.
Yeah, it was different. It was different. It was crazy. I mean, great experience. Something I'll never forget, obviously. But we got the chairs that we sat in. We got rings for it. So that was a great time. Great time.
When y'all like warming up, right? And the stadium is getting filled, right? You know that part where you warm up, then you go out, then you go back in the locker room, then you come back out. What was that feeling like when y'all came back out? Like, you know what I'm saying? When everybody's there now.
You know, once you come back out, it's like, damn, it's go time. It's go time.
Right,
Yeah,
right.
Yeah.
Man. You know, those of us who live vicariously through you guys who make it to that next level, man, you know, those some of the questions I think everybody want to hear because, you know, watching it from the television or being in the stands is different than you being on that court in the spotlight. You know what I'm saying?
Every time. That's for the young kids, man. Every time you step on that court, man, it's time to go. It's time to go.
Yeah, man. Yeah. That's crazy. So that sophomore year, you know, you guys make it to the Final Four. What is y'all thoughts now that y'all made it to the Final Four? What are y'all saying? It's time to get back there next year. We got to work, right?
Yeah, but I knew Deshaun Butler was leaving. That was the problem.
Right. The impact, right, of that, you know, having that one key glue guy that you know that'll make up for a lot of the, you know, the stuff that
everybody
need.
Mistakes. Everybody mistakes. And then he was older guy too, though. He was older. He was a senior. And them guys, what I love about those guys the most, Wellington Smith, Joe Mazzulla, Cam Thurman, these are my teammates. Like, you know what I mean? They older guys, but they hold you accountable. I don't care how young you are. We trying to win. You either in or you not.
No, that's real. That's real. You know, I was watching the Syracuse documentary when they won it with Melo, and you know, they were saying that same thing, you know, with Melo and those guys, those freshmen came in that kind of helped push them to the national championship. When they first came in, they were saying that the older guys held them all accountable, right? If it wasn't for the older guys that was there, that probably wasn't the stars that they were, right? But those guys were the guys who pushed the younger guys to get better and get them to that next level and to win that championship.
Yep. It always starts with the older guys. Always.
Yeah, E. Weaver said the beauty was to watch these guys on TV, then watch them up close kill dudes during the summer lightly.
That's a fact. That's a fact. E been around for a long time.
Yeah. He said up here, he said, hold up. He said he used to kill high school indictment. So it's been for a long time. You know
long time. That's why these guys, man, I used to argue with them online, like during the pandemic. And I'm just like, why am I really arguing with them? Do they know how long I've been outside?
Right.
And I never ducked no smoke, ever.
And quietly, I used to be in the room while you was going and cutting dudes' heads off. listening like, yo, he ain't lying, man. I don't know why these dudes even trying to challenge him and talk. Like they get their summer league work and they think that, you know, like that's the big stage. That's really ain't the big stage. You know, for
Nah,
New York
that's
guys
not
who never
the
let
big
ain't go
stage.
nowhere. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And they think that's it. That's all I gotta do is kill a Dykeman, a Gersh, and you know, I'm good.
Yeah, and then I could talk to the big dogs. You cannot, man. We did this on every level.
Right. The real big dogs. The real big
dogs.
Facts. What game sticks out to you the most? Like, you know, I know you had a few. You had many games. You know, you had over 1,500 points. But what games kind of stick out to you that kind of let you know you could play on the next level? Like you still had a future in basketball.
I would say either the Miami game. I think I played against my brother that was on my team. That's what's crazy. Durant Scott. He went to Miami. Durant Scott and Malcolm Grant. I had 27 versus them at home. I had 34 versus Villanova at home. I don't know those big games though. I was getting 30 balls.
I know, but let's go back to that Villanova game. Who was in the backcourt? Who would you giving that 34 to, fam?
It was Malik Waynes and Dominique Cheek, actually. Malik Waynes and Dominique Cheek. Shout out to both of them. Yeah, but I went crazy on Villanova.
Jesus Christ. Killing. How many fans do you guys hold at West Virginia?
15,000. And that was every game.
Mm.
Every game. 15,000. No, 14,000.
Right.
14,000.
Man. Every night.
Every night, yeah. We broke the record, every record there was for attendance.
Wow. Well, what's your thoughts on the NIL deals now and the situation that kids are able to, you know, come up or you know,
they deserve it.
Next level,
but
yes.
They deserve it. They deserve money. They do, because if like
there you go.
Now, you know what I mean? Like, do you know how many followers we would have had?
Yeah.
Instagram was around when we was in college and Final Four on TV every day. So the kids deserve the money. But it's a circus right now. Between the NIL and the transfer portal, it's a circus.
Now, this is my thoughts, right? This is my thoughts because, you know, I'm always thinking outside the box, and I'm like a conspiracy theorist to like the 5th degree, right?
Yeah.
I think when the NCAA knew that they're going to have to pay kids because they might have lost that lawsuit, I think they threw the transfer portal on there to kind of get kids to quit early and to mess up the game. Because as you know, the fact that the transfer portal exists, the reason why we had the Final Four the way we had the Final Four. That the Final Four was the Final Four because of the transfer portal, and most of those guys being able to move around the way they did, and even on a girl side too.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm not a fan of college kids being 25, 26 years old, still playing college.
Talk that talk, Chuck. I knew this was gonna go there. I knew this because I think that's the conversation we should have.
I'm not. Do you realize that I was in my 4th season or 5th season overseas when at 25, 26 years old? That's crazy. That's crazy when you think about it.
Yeah. And there's guys killing, 19 and 20-year-olds being 25.
I got one exception. I can't say his name because he's from New York. That's my boy. I'm not talking about you. I promise you. I love you, kid. But
yeah. Oh, for sure. No,
but
no
I'm just talking about in general.
No doubt. His circumstance is just a little bit different, it worked out for him. So, but I understand definitely. Not throwing no shade on anyone.
Yeah, no shade on nobody, but that's outrageous.
Yeah. It's crazy.
Like, that's crazy, though.
Oh my God. This
What?
is crazy. Yo, all right, we're gonna get right past that. We're gonna call a tech on you for that one. Woo! Yo, all right. Who was the best player you faced in college? Like, who was the guy, like,
Johnny Flynn.
knew?
That's
Okay.
easy too. Johnny Flynn. Oh my, he was so different at Syracuse. He hit a three of my. I'm a freshman. He hit a three in my face one time. Just start laughing. I'm just like, yo, you think this shit ain't funny to me? Nah, he was different though. He was like number 7 pick in the draft too, though. So he was
That's
different
right.
for real.
That's right. Wow. That J was for real.
Yeah.
And he can handle it. He can get it.
And he could handle, and he athletic, and he could shoot. Like, he was different.
So I tell some of these dudes, right? When I'm covering these high school games and I'm seeing something different the way other people see kids. And people be hype off them, and I'll say to them, like, he can't get his own shot. You know how difficult it's going to be for him on the next level. Now, hopefully, they'll work and transition into that situation. But when you can't get your own shot in high school, and somebody got to assist you, and I'm not talking about a big man, I'm talking about guards. You get what I'm saying?
I got you.
It's going to be difficult.
That's tough. That's tough. You got to be able to get your own shot. You have to.
Dude's gonna back up off you. He'd be like, "All right, drive. Go ahead. Come on. I'll be waiting for you right here."
Yeah. Why do you think Irv Walker had such a long career? He could get his own shot. He 5'8". He has to get his own shot. Facts. I'm 6'1", 6'2". I could give you a little bump, and I can still get my own shot.
Right. Wow. So, you fall into that period when you come into the close of your career in college, right?
Yeah.
And you go down to Portsmouth, right? Tell people who don't have any idea about Portsmouth and the politics and some of the things that go on down at Portsmouth, which I already know, but I think they enjoy it better when it's coming from you.
Well, Portsmouth was crazy. So you have everybody, the best players in college, that's seniors, go to one place with 30 NBA scouts. So automatically, you know how that go. First time they touch the ball, shot. Second time they touch the ball, shot. But this is everybody on a 10-man roster. And then this agent, no, he got to play. He got to get more shots. No, this agent, he got to play. He got to get more shots. Mind you, we all on the same team. Like, damn, when do my shots come into play? It was crazy. It was insane. It was insane.
One big all-star, one big selfish all-star game.
That's a fact.
And when you're a basketball player, right, and you're not a chucker or you're not just a shooter, right, that kind of turns you off. You know what I'm saying? It turns you off. But the great thing about it, right, it didn't kill your spirit, right, because there was other doors and other opportunities that was open for you. And how did you make that happen for yourself?
Well, I had an agent. My agent made everything happen. So but it was something. I had like a really good contract. This is one thing I'm actually going to say. So I had a hell of a contract coming out of college. I want to say like 80,000 in Lithuania. My first year though, you don't realize how much 80,000 is until you know what I mean. Until you get older. Until you get older, it was 80,000 to play basketball my first year.
Right.
And I didn't take it because I'm listening to somebody else. Oh, I'm getting 70,000 this year. He was getting like 40,000, but I listened to him, didn't even take that deal. But that's what happens when you come out of college and you don't know what's going on with the market, and then people saying they getting this and they not. It's just it was a learning experience.
So you have to kind of depend on yourself. Were there other people that was telling you to take the deal and you didn't listen?
Yeah, only my agent though, not nobody else.
Okay, got you.
But nobody know. Nobody played. You know what I mean? It wasn't. I ain't have nobody that played overseas already around me, and you know what I mean. But it's a learning experience. I mean, it was a learning experience, but it's all good now.
So you guys who you attempted to go overseas or trying to get a crack at it, you should hit my guy up and let him give you some information. And I think too, Chuck, there's something to think about, right? I don't know how many guys are doing it. I said this before. Guys should set up maybe a mentor package or something, or some kind of consultant agency where they kind of consult guys on the process of going overseas, because everybody can't handle it, right? Because it's not a situation where you got to be built to play overseas, and you got to know what you're doing and make sure that you get paid on time. Make sure you're in the right countries, in the right situation, because every situation is different. Every country is different. Every level is different.
That's a fact. My check in Greece was 2 months late every month. And they like, oh, nah, you got to practice. You got to. I'm not doing shit.
Right.
After a while, it was over. I was just like, nah, I'm over this. Like, what do you mean? Like, in America, you can't do that. Somebody work, you pay them. That's it.
Facts.
Take advantage. They need a players union over there because they take advantage of all Americans. It's sad though. It's sad.
Yeah. Trust me, I heard a lot of stories, man. One of the guys who came on here talked about, as he was going over to Germany, he got the call to saying that his services won't be needed, but he didn't get the call because they called his house phone. And he went to Germany with $100.
See, it's crazy. It's crazy.
Was stuck out there until he went and played for a smaller club. Then he killed that team who he was supposed to play for, and then he got,
Then he got on. He
got a bigger contract than they had for him before he even got out there. So it's crazy, man. The stories you hear, man. Yeah. Did you pick up a second language while you was out there playing?
No, but I speak Spanish. When I played in DR for like 6 months, and I had you might know the name Too Hard to Guard.
Yes.
Yeah. So his brother was on my team in Dominican Republic. We was on
Dominican
the same
Pride.
team.
Yeah. Dominican Power.
Yep. So we was on the me and his little brother played on the same team. So he would just speak to me in Spanish the whole time because I wanted to learn Spanish, and I speak Spanish.
That's dope. Yeah, I had Kim Hampton on here. She played overseas, I think like 15 years, and she speak like 5 languages. I was like, damn.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like,
that's crazy.
That's powerful right there, man. I always look. I speak English. I speak hood. I speak broken English, and I speak hip hop.
I ain't mad at you.
Man. Yeah, I saw a picture of you holding a championship trophy, right?
Yep.
What country did you win a championship in? And how did you feel during that time?
So I won the championship in Finland. I won a cup championship in Bulgaria, and we won the real championship in Bulgaria. So I got 3 chips overseas.
Wow.
Amazing feeling though. Amazing feeling. It's even better feeling when you win on somebody else's home court.
You know how crazy that is? Like, people have no idea. First of all, we get to see and experience our NBA championship on television. How crazy it is overseas.
Oh, it's crazy. They firecrackers, everything. It's just like, yo, bro, relax, bro.
You think they busting shots, huh?
Yeah, for real. You know how that go. You from the hood, first thing you think is, yo, who got a gun here?
They lighting firecrackers in the stadium.
fires in the stadium. One time I was playing in Greece. We went in at halftime. We came back out. I'm talking about it had to be 60 people smoking cigarettes with their shirt off in the gym. I'm like, yo, what is going on? It was crazy.
Oh my God, smoking bogeys and selling Lucy's.
During the game. We came out at halftime like, yo, what? The whole gym smoky. I'm like, oh my God. Now they bugged out.
Wow. Whole different feeling over there, man.
Whole different feeling.
Yo, what lessons did you pass down to your little brother? And I only know one. Do you have another one? How many brothers do you have?
That's my little brother. That's the one who grew up with me.
Got you. Manzi.
So, Manzi.
Yes.
Crazy man. Shout out to Manzi. That's my little brother, man. I love him to death, man. He's crazy though, man. Just don't listen. I just want him to listen. That's it.
That's it. You hear that, Manzi? Just listen, man. Listen, you got a brother that did already, man. Where's he at now? Is he playing ball somewhere?
He played in Panola Junior College this year. He actually waiting on the school now, but he just finished there. He made first team everything.
Dope.
So just waiting for a school and let him go to college and enjoy the 2 to 3 years they got left.
That's real. That's dope, man.
You know, what's the biggest thing?
Yes.
I registered the business in my brother's name. So my brother going to be good anyway, whether it's basketball or not.
Hey, listen, bro. Good to have big brothers like you, man. That's real talk. Let's talk about your mother, man. Amazing woman, man. You know, I could tell she did an amazing job with you guys, man. Raising you guys, you and your brother. What does it mean to have her support throughout your career and by your side every step of the way?
That's my heart. That's my biggest critic, biggest fan. So, you know, you ain't do shit today. Or sometimes, you played good today. This, that, and the other. What you? My mother, she's a stud. She's a stud, man. That's my heart. Like, that's my everything. That's my world right there. She's crazy, but that's my world.
And she know the game. Like, when I first met her, I hear her talk. She'd be at the practices, and I'm sitting, I'm going, yeah, she right. She know what the hell she's talking about. Like, some parents just be yapping. When you get that parent that know, and it's, for me, when I see a woman who knows the game, it just does something to my heart. And knowing how my mother supported me in every step of the way, but your mom's knowing the game the way she did, man, and seeing you guys do, man. Salute to Mom Duke.
Shout out to Mom Dukes. That's my baby right there.
For sure, man. For sure. You got 4 businesses. Your transition was fairly easy, man. What's your thoughts on New York City basketball as a whole? Now you got to see what's going on from overseas. Have you been in contact at all with the New York City game?
To be honest, not really. I kind of live through like Dave Cha-Ching, the commentator. I see everything he posts, the young kids he posts, and those guys are doing a great job with the city. But they always say New York is down. How is New York down when New York always has the most Division I players?
Don't believe the hype, fam. Don't believe that. And look, brother, when you get some downtime and you want to watch some high school games, come on to my channel, New York NYC Basketball Network. And, I got a lot of high school games on there that you can see. And I interview the coaches and the players after the game, because the kids don't have the papers like you used to have, right?
Yeah.
For me,
yeah.
Right? They don't post in the Post no more, the Daily News, Newsday, all that's dead.
That's crazy. I didn't even know that.
Right. My page and a few other pages out there is like the media for the kids now.
Yeah, you keep everybody updated.
Right. And we did the all city list as well, man. But and only because it have nothing to do with me and my pride. I got my own career. I'm an educator. You know what I'm saying? Been that for over 20 years. But it's a need that I see our kids, need right now. It's something that the kids need and they enjoy it, man. So I'm just going to keep pushing the culture forward, man.
As you should. Salute to you for doing that.
Appreciate you, brother. If you could change one thing about your basketball journey, what would it be and why?
Why would Master P make it to the NBA and not me? How did Master P make it to the NBA and I didn't?
Yo, he didn't play in the NBA. He was on a summer league team. Yo,
All right. Well, that make me feel better. No, but
yo,
all
hold on. I gotta take a. Yo, you almost made me choke on my own saliva. Yo, have you been thinking about that for a long time? Yo?
A long time.
He said, "Why did Master P make the NBA not dead?" Oh man, you think you'd have killed Master P? I know I would have.
Oh, for sure. Give me an
tell people, listen,
ISO every time,
bro. It's not too like, man. When I see the dudes who I know from rapping, like you would have had to play ball early on in high school and college. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, for real. You can't go from rapping and think you could stop me.
There you go. That's not happening.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
So, what one thing that you would change about your journey?
Honestly, I would have stopped partying so much when I was in college, and actually, I was always in the gym, but I could have been so much better if I spent more time in the gym instead of partying when I was in college. But that was new to me. I never really partied, and you know what I mean. So I think that was one thing that I would change.
That's real. That's honest. I think a lot of us can say that for sure. Now we're gonna get you with our top five. All right. Top 5 players you played against.
Kemba Walker, Jordan Theodore, Johnny Flynn, Jeremy Lamb, and I would say either Jimmy Butler or Jay Crowder. I don't know which one yet, though. One of them, though.
Damn.
And I named Kemba and Jordan because those are my brothers. I really could name 3 more.
You said
NBA
Kemba,
guys.
Johnny Flynn, Jordan, Donovan. You said
Jeremy Lamb,
and who else?
And probably Jimmy Butler or Jay Crowder.
You got to pick one. One can't come off the bench.
Jimmy Butler.
Got you. Appreciate you, E. Appreciate you, brother.
Appreciate you, E. Love, brother. You know that.
All right. Top 5 players you played with.
Kemba Walker, Jordan Theodore, Kevin Jones, Deshaun Butler, probably Devin Ebanks.
My godson, Devin.
Yep.
Ebanks. Yeah.
Yep. Hubert.
That's right. What is he doing now? What is Dev doing now?
Dev is still hooping. He in the Middle East right now.
Salute to Devin Ebanks, man. Another one I'm proud of. Seeing that kid grow up since young. That's dope.
Yes, sir.
That's dope. All right. Yo, look, brothers usually have a hard time with this, man. I'll keep it. This top 5 usually stumble dudes up. Dudes like, yo, I don't want to forget nobody. Damn, if I say this, but hey, you breeze right through this, man. You breeze right through it. What's my man said? Appreciate you, brother. Thank you.
Love, man. Appreciate you tapping in.
Yeah. St. Ray's alum. All right. What year did you play, fam? What year did you play? And put up your real name if you're you. I'm talking about JFB. I want to, you say from St. Ray's.
St. Ray's.
Yeah, put up your real name if you can. If you don't, that's cool too. All right. Our last one, right? The top 5 players in New York City history.
I always have a tough time with this, but I'll tell you one thing. I'll say Sebastian Telfair. Sebastian Telfair, Stephon Marbury, Lance Stevenson.
Lincoln. Where you see that? Lincoln, kill us.
Yeah. Lance Stevenson, Rod Strickland, and either Kenny Anderson.
Gotta pick one.
Kenny Anderson.
Kenny Anderson. Bet. Played with two of those guys. Played with Kenny at Empire State. I played with Rod at Empire State. And, I watched all my Lincoln guys grow up. When I played at Lincoln, Tiny was my point guard. Facts.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Tiny, They all say Tiny got to be in top 5, but I didn't see him play. I can't put him in mind.
Listen. So I was manager. Okay, graduate Book Antigua. Yeah, I had Book up here. Look, I had Rencha. I'm looking to get Antigua up here as well. No doubt.
Antigua, that's my guy right there, man.
Yeah. That's crazy. Listen, Tiny was a major reason along with, the rest of us as well. But you can't win New York City without having a great point guard, right? You can't win the city championship.
That's true.
Like, no one can press us. Like, get a ball of time. We just tell us to get out. He had all the things that Kenny Anderson could do. Tiny did, minus the scoring.
Yeah.
Because he had all of us. He didn't need to do it. Then after we left, he was able to do this, some of the scoring. But Tiny was the goods. I always tell people that.
They always tell me that every time I tell them my top 5.
Nah, definitely. But those guys you name definitely deserve, for sure. Well, listen, King, I'm gonna let you get out of here, man. But I want to say this, brother. We're proud of you, bro. We're proud of you, man. Like,
appreciate it.
I'm talking about from all the people who talk on the streets, like in the basketball circles, your name always come up as, one of the top guards that ever come out of New York City, one of the top players, dude with a strong heart, could play both sides of the court. Like when I'm hearing and talking about guys, because I always talk about the older guys, the high school kids, you guys got some ways to go because these guys, put it down and with the fabric of New York City. But I want to say that, proud of you, man. You made us look good on every level, even what you're doing now in your transition. I know you're going to be able to give back and help some other people with their lives and help their families, man. So keep doing what you're doing. And let's not be strangers, man. Whatever you need from me, I'm always here to help. And tell the people about your podcast, man, before we get off, man. And where can we find it?
Truck Bryant shows on Spotify, Apple Podcasts. Good thing to listen to. So it's cool.
When did you do it? When did you do it?
I started it during the pandemic. So
yeah, same here.
Yeah. That's cool.
Dope.
That's all right.
Yo,
hey,
see you
guys.
guys.
I appreciate you, man. I appreciate you, man.
No doubt, man. Yo, much love, man.
Love.
Send my regards to your brother and mom, Duke. To everybody said hi, man. And keep doing what you're doing, brother.
Appreciate you, brother.
No doubt.
All right, later.
Appreciate you, man. Appreciate everybody who came through, man. Thanks, E. Thanks, Jay. Andrew, appreciate you. Todd, appreciate you. Neil Barrow, what's up? Love. Facts. Defense wins games always, man. That's salute. Raphael, appreciate you, brother. Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody for coming through, man. Listen, when you're able to, get the support from your parents, and they push you and take you outside and teach you the game and push you to get better, and you follow and you stay on the right path, you stay out the streets, good things can happen for you. We all have choices to make. We can't have one foot on the court, one foot in the streets. You got to have both feet on the court. This way, you can fulfill your dreams and do what you need to do on a positive level. And that's what my guy did. He chose the right path, and it took him far. He played on the biggest stage in high school and college basketball. And now he's on an even bigger stage of life. He's owning 3 cleaning companies, and he have his podcast. So salute to my guy, Darryl Truck Bryant, for being one of New York City's greatest players. Well, I'm about to be out of here. I'm your host, Glenn Pooh Harding, and you've been watching Basketball Heads Live, the official home for New York City basketball. And as always, say around this time, peace.